All right, so it was 11 years ago that I directed the short film Alight, and now we have these amazing two characters, Sparker and Aquana, joined by five others to become the mascots of our company, VFX Apprentice. This is really exciting now to share with you more content about Sparker. We're going to learn how to draw his hair, that fiery hair coming off the top of his head. If you want to follow along, there's a PDF in the description that you can go download. And Danny is going to walk you through all of this. She's amazing. She's a member of our community who learned all the skills of effects animation and is now working professionally as an effects animator in the games industry. So she's amazing. If you want to learn more about how she got where she's at, really recommend that you check out our site, vfxapprentice.com. And yeah, without further ado, here's Danny showing how to draw Sparker's hair.
Hi friends! Today we're going to be drawing our favorite little fire element, which is of course none other than our lovely little Sparker. Right now Sparker is missing some hair and like a leg, but not for too long because we're going to be adding those in today. This image right here will be made available for you. In the description down below, there's going to be a nice little link which you can click on and sign your email up to, and then you'll be able to get this file. You can then download it, print it out, and if you want to follow along with me, that's going to be more than fine. And if you want to do your own thing, that's also a-okay. Now, today, I'll be kind of showing you how to draw Sparker, but just in like a normal little pencil format. And if you decide like, hey, you know what? It's all fine and dandy drawing with a pencil, but I kind of want to learn how to render him out fully, or I want to learn how to animate Sparker. What do I do then? Well, let me tell you. There will also be a link to just kind of take you to our website, which is vfxapprentice.com. Let's get into it. So, like I said, we're going to be drawing a little Sparker here today. So let me just get this little candle here. Don't just play with fire, please. Do be mindful. And let me just bring out my little sketch pad. And then my nice little red pencil here. And let me explain a few things to you for why Sparker kind of looks the way that he does. So let's say we want to kind of like start with Sparker's hair. Now, let me just draw this little circle, get a nice little face. Let's say this is Sparker. Now what you can hopefully kind of notice with like this flame up here is you can probably only see like the tippy top of the flame or like a little bit of like the sides, but you're not going to see like the full on side of the flame. Granted, that's also because of like the way the camera's facing, but overall, I can't just like turn because you can kind of see like the flame is like going to stay upwards. And this is because heat travels upwards. So fire is heat and heat travels upwards. And that's kind of happened with like Sparker's hair as well. So it's going to go up. But of course, like in our world and in Sparker's world, fire isn't the only element that is there. So it's kind of going to get influenced by things like wind. So instead of his hair just going like nice and straight, it's actually going to get influenced by the wind and it's kind of going to go all over the place. So instead of getting like a nice little upward direction, we're going to go, whoa, there we go. And we're actually just going to get a little bit of body. So it's going to have a nice little block out for us to work from. And now that he successfully looks like he's one of the trolls, let's try and make him look a little bit more flame-esque. Now, flames usually have at least, you see it a lot more dominant in stylized flames. Flames have these C and hook shapes. So these are the C's and these are like the hook shapes. And you can kind of think of it in the way of like, indeed, instead of the flames like just going up, it's going to get distorted. So it's going to go, and then it's going to follow its path again to like make its way upwards. So we're kind of going to incorporate these shapes into his hair to give it more of a feeling that is fire and that, he's not just one of the trolls. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm just going to make like some arrows to be like, hey, you know what, here's going to be a nice little C shape, and here's going to be a nice little C shape. And on this side, because of course, wind doesn't just blow like from one side, of course it's going to be more dominant on one side, but you're also going to have like some pushback from the other side, even if it's just like a little bit. So we're just gonna have like, let's say we're gonna have like a little C shape over here. So we're gonna get like a shape that's gonna go like this. Whoop, and in his head, in here, just swoop this out. Big shape. And there we go. I'll just give this a nice little bit of a color. There we go. So now, see, now it looks a little bit more like fire. So what we did here, we kind of want to do here as well. So what we're going to do, let me just get this out of the picture real quick. So what we want to do is, I'm just going to draw like a little bit of just a hairline, just so that I kind of know like where what's going to be. And again, instead of just going straight up, it's going to get influenced by wind. So we're going to want a nice little swoop motion. There's no real reason why I picked like this side. It's just, just the way it is. So you can pick whatever side you want, but I'm just going to make it swoop this way. And again, we're just going to give it a little bit of a block out body, just so that we know, what shapes we're kind of going to carve into. And now that he looks like he belongs in front of like a Colgate commercial, let's fix his toothpaste hair. So what we want to do first is kind of determine where we want these C shapes to be. So again, I'm just going to have a nice little C shape over here, and just draw one over here, and maybe have one like here somewhere. There we go. What I will first do is I'm kind of going to give him like an ear real quick. Here we go. See, it's going to be a nice little hook and leading into a little C shape. And I'm actually just going to bubble this out. So even though, he's a flame and he does exist out of the little C and hook shapes, we don't just want these shapes there. You want like areas of rest, if that makes sense. And those are going to be like the little wobble areas, as well as, like the C shape areas, to kind of just get rid of like all the sharpness, but still having the flow. So I'm going to want this to come in like here. Oh, this is actually super nice hook right there. And have it come down a bit more, actually. I actually really want it to come up. So even though I'm going outside of like our block out, that is perfectly fine. This is just like kind of give an idea where I want what to be. So just gonna have it like this. Let me think. Kind of want this to like move into another hook, and we're gonna get our nice big little C shape here. Just gonna go into like another hook, and it's gonna wobble out. Here we go. Look at that. Now that looks like a nice bit of fire. Cool. So now that we kind of have the base of this done, let me just add a little bit detail on the inside to kind of show, like I'm three-dimensional. I'm not I'm not just 2D. There's more to me than, just these lines. So I'll actually build off of, like this line that I kind of created here that like comes out, because this shows, that this is in front of this bit because of like this line. So I'm just gonna build off of this a bit. I'll come down, so it's gonna swoop down here. Yeah, let me see. Let's do it here as well. Ooh. There we go. And like that. So these shapes just accentuate each other. So I'm like just like kind of following the curves, and this is just gonna kind of do the same. Let me actually bring this one up. And see, we're just gonna like accentuate the top curve. We're just gonna like follow it. We're gonna come down, and we're gonna go in here, sort of. And then from here, we'll make like a nice little hook. We'll just follow it out. And I'll make it go in here. There we go. See, it all comes full circle. And this goes behind there. See, it's just gonna make it feel a little bit more 3D. So we have like this hook here, and I'm just gonna drag it out actually. Let's see, I want to swoop this. Yeah, just till there is fine. Ooh. So we have like this little swoop line over here, so we just want to accentuate that a bit. There we go. I actually already created that. Look at that. That works. Let me see. Just drag this down here. Have another one just there, and just because here's like a little bit of empty space, let's just make a nice little swoop in here. There we go. So now, we have his hair kind of done and dusted. Ooh, I'm just gonna add like these lines. They're not like eyebrows or anything. They're just like, just to kind of show you it's like a little bit of a face. Now that his head is done, let's move over to, his arms. So what I see is, you know how I spoke about like the C and hook shapes? So I kind of see like a hook forming here. So I'm actually just gonna draw that out. So we have a nice little hook hand, and we can make it here as well, but just for a little bit of variety, let's make this come out. There we go. That's not looking too shabby, if I do say so myself. And now his leg. How I kind of see Sparker is, like when you have like a rocket or like something, and you have like all this fire just like bursting out of the rocket to like help propel it upwards. That's kind of what I imagine Sparker's foot to be doing here as well. Like kind of propelling a whole lot of flames out so that Sparker can like stay midair. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw like a nice little action line to be like, hey, I want you to swoop down, come down here. And what's gonna happen is, so even though the flame is gonna get pushed down, it's gonna interact with like the ground, and it's gonna spread out, and it's gonna try and make its way back upwards because again, flames are hot and heat travels upwards. So even though it's going down, it's gonna try and fight its way back up. So we're just gonna like make like another little line here, just kind of looks like a little smiley. So just this line, just to kind of indicate like, hey, it's come down, but it's gonna go upwards. So what I'm gonna do is actually from this leg, I'm just gonna come down, and I'm gonna just draw the outline of what I want this to kind of look like. Now it looks a little bit like, like the head of a hammerhead shark. Yeah, kind of looks that way, but that's okay. Let's just make it look a little nicer now. So this is gonna come down. This is gonna come nice and down. And now we just want to add our hooks and C shapes. So I will probably, let's see. I want a big one here. And then like a nice little smaller one here to come back into the leg. Bigger one. Make like a little hook. Yeah, make a C shape and make another hook in a C shape and another hook and a C shape and something you didn't see coming. A hook. Ooh. And a little. Ooh, no, actually, I want this to be a bigger C shape. Even bigger. She wanted there. The perks of working with a pencil is, you can just go over some things a few times. There we go. Now that is kind of done. I'll make this look a little nicer in a sec. Just want to think real quick. Just because, like, what we kind of did, like, with Sparker's hair here, I kind of want to do just something small here as well. So from, like, this line of, like, his leg, I'm just going to extend it. And just do that. Just like a nice little swoop, swoop. There we go. That works. Not too shabby. Ooh, I'll also just, from here, just extend this line outwards. I'm just gonna like draw his chest a bit, and it's kind of going to go in here, make a little hook shape. This is going to go in there. There we go. That works. And then from like his hip, I kind of want this to, again, follow the line and accentuate. There we go. I'll do it for here as well. Just have this come out and swoop and make a hook. There we go. Again, not looking too bad. Ooh, I also just want to create like a little line there. Some nice little detailing. Make sure the hook is in there. Make sure the hook is there. And draw this down there. And this, ooh, also just like a little line for where the leg is. Swoop. I'll actually keep this action line just to kind of, again, show a little bit of detail. This all goes down in here, and this one goes down. Yeah, just make this a little bit more dominant. Whoop. There we go. And there we go. Nice. Now that's not looking. Oh, let's just fix this bit. It's a bit messy over here. Tiny C shape, and then tiny hook, which leads into other hook and leads into the C shape. Nice. So we actually have like, what you can kind of see here is like we have some smaller hooks and then like some bigger hooks in here as well. This is kind of important because if you have like, let's say you have three of the same size circle, and a small circle, a medium circle, and a big circle. This is a little bit more interesting than this. At least, you can argue that this is more interesting than that. And that's why we threw out like Sparker. It's nice to have like the variation of having like some bigger C shapes and some bigger hooks with like some smaller ones, because it's just going to make for a little bit more of an interesting look overall. Now, Sparker is kind of done now. Again, this is just going to be like a nice little pencil drawing. If you want to learn how to render him out fully, or like how to color him or even animate him, again, just pop over to the VFX Apprentice site. Let me just show you real quick. And on our website, we actually have a whole lot of courses which you can sign up to, and they're going to teach you loads of things. So for example, if you do want to learn like concepting, we have some courses for that, or indeed, like if you wanted to learn how to animate our little friend, we have some 2D VFX courses, or just like some 3D ones, and loads of other things that you can definitely learn a lot from. And once you've signed up to like one of these, we even have like a nice little community Discord, which is filled with loads of other VFX artists. And they just share their work, and you can see what they're doing, they can see what you're doing, and you can give some feedback, or they can give you feedback, and it's a great place to like learn and to grow. So with that kind of being said, get yourself some courses, and it's just going to teach you all about like how to kind of do that. I definitely recommend it though. I think you will learn a whole lot from it. And with that kind of being said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. I've been Danielle Fayoun, and I will see you in the next video. Bye everyone.
All right, thanks for watching that video with Danny explaining how to do Sparker's hair. We're so excited to have you here with us. For more learning, you can go ahead and click the link in the description. We've got the coloring page downloads for you to follow along with. Also, there's just lots of amazing content. If you want to go learn how to paint, draw, or animate effects, we've got you covered, from everything from total beginner, never touched a pencil in your life, all the way up to full-fledged animator ready for a job in the effects animation industry. So it's really exciting, a lot of cool stuff. I hope you have a lot of fun with our content, and of course, we'll catch you again in the next video. Bye for now.